This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. It'll be the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, Channing Frye's floor spacing puts opposing bigs in a bind. Frye says big guys like to paint. I make them allergic to it. Their big guys want to help, but he can't. He's got to come to Fryland. Just sit out there with me. So it's a pick your poison kind of thing. Kevin, if there's one place I know you'll love, it's Fryland.
That's right, T.A. You and I both, maybe after the broadcast, you and I can swing over there for a bite. Doris, a wealth of experience, will be out on that floor here tonight. Two veteran ball clubs for sure. What kind of game does that typically bring us?
Well, like you, Kevin, these guys are very savvy.
Yes.
They'll bring good fundamentals, they understand the big picture, and they know how to play the right way.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So Cleveland will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Durant in at the 3 side. Now Curry. Following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. Curry can't get it to go.
You know, it's interesting. Kevin Love, almost two different players, right, guys? I mean, a bruising offensive rebounder who can battle inside, but also a skilled perimeter shooter. That's a rare combination.
And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Pachulia.
Well, Klay Thompson possesses great size at the 2-guard spot, and he can mix his game and find a way to score on the interior.
Thomas kicks to Love. Back to Thomas. Love with the screen on Curry. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Isaiah Thomas can handle the basketball with great efficiency. He might have the league's best hesitation move, and that allows him to get to the rim at will, guys.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
First free throw is good. And Doris, when Thomas gets into the lane, he's an amazing finisher for a guy his size.
It really boggles the mind, Kevin, how many tricks are in that bag. This guy can finish with hooks, with floaters, with either hand from different angles, English off the glass. I think his strength is really deceptive. He can take a hit, finish the play. This guy is truly remarkable. When you look at the Cavs bench, you certainly see a lot of veterans over there. LeBron wants teammates he can trust in the heat of the playoffs.
Pachulia dishes to Durant. That one doesn't go. James with some nice D. Thomas passes to James. Love with the screen for LeBron. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And LeBron trying to make the most of his championship window, Doris. But does the age of the Cavalier role players shorten that window, do you think?
Well, I think it's a great question. And you could look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, and they put among their reserves young developing players, and that helps to extend their run. With the Cavs, it seems to be more of a now or never approach.
It's a pick by Love. With 1 on the clock.
A terrific awareness by Pachulia. This guy works his tail off and does everything he can to contest shots.
It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot, and it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
And one thing that's important is they're making good on the chances they're given.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. Iguodala is at the 3 with Green playing the 4. McCaw is out there with Livingston, and it's West in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Rose. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You can see the athleticism and toughness. Rose becoming exponentially more dangerous the closer he gets to the rim.
Back to Green. Golden State moving it around. The 9-foot shot. That shot is off. Korver with the defensive effort. Outside Rose. 29 seconds left in the first half. Passes it to James. Love with the screen for Crowder. Shot clock at 6. Dishes it to Love. Good on the triple.
Boy, they've got Kevin Love in catch-and-shoot situations. Turn the lights out. He's that good.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Outside, Green. Softly drops in the floater. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Cavaliers lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
As we return to look at the corner of Euclid and East 6th in downtown Cleveland, just a few blocks from our spot here at Quicken Loans Arena. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And when everyone's keying on you, you have a choice. Become passive or just work that much harder. He consistently chooses the latter.
And he has tremendous mental fortitude. He's a guy you can count on to give you his all every single game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Now, here's Thompson. Pachulia with the screen on Thompson. 4 on the shot clock. Green, and it's in there. Green's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Warriors. You know, Doris, when it comes to leadership, there are so many different ways to do it, different ways of leading among the players who are some of the more vocal leaders out there. Who do you have circled?
You know, I think leadership sometimes, Kevin, requires that you make your teammates uncomfortable, and that's not always easy to do. So the two guys that come to mind for me are both Chris Paul and LeBron James. One, they're going to hold themselves to an incredibly high standard. And unless you're willing to do that, it's hard to bring everybody with you. So in terms of leadership, the guys I like watching the most right now in the current NBA are both Chris Paul and LeBron James.
Great examples. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM. And he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
Now Shumpert, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Shumpert, no good. Durant against Shumpert. The screen from Thompson. Outside Durant from deep. Green. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And that's now 9 points for Draymond Green. Smith kicks to Thomas. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. It's a pick by Love. Jumper off the screen. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got his first points of the game.
Boy, J.R. Smith can just be deadly coming off a screen like that, guys.
Here is Durant. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Another 3 for Golden State.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Warriors on top, up 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Get a couple stops, we get a couple runouts, we get into our flow, all right? Keep the ball moving, keep the intensity.
Steve Kerr asking his guys just to, keep up the pace, playing selfishly, basically be yourself, stay in character.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what this team is capable of. Just looking for a couple of plays to really kind of kickstart that engine and give them that little sustainable groove.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter, and if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson at the 2 with Iguodala playing the 3. Durant and West up front, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Now here's Korver. Here's James. Great D that time from Iguodala. Thompson from long range. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Thompson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors. The Cavaliers shooting at 50% in a decent group. Pachulia, he's checked in for Golden State. And so it's Cleveland with it. Iguodala with the steal. And he makes good on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead.
Well, you love that Andre Iguodala seems to relish an opportunity to have contact and have to finish anyway.
Now here's Korver. Shoots from 12. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
LeBron finding a way to come up with a ridiculous make in a huge situation yet again.
Here's Thompson outside Curry. And another 3 for Golden State.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
Timeout called Cleveland. They're behind by 7. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. A different look now for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Jay Crowder. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rose. The Warriors also with a sub. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Smith dishes to Thomas. Launches it. Frames it from downtown.
Oh, you know J.R. Smith has a love of the spotlight. He just made a huge shot.
And an intentional foul right there. And so here is Golden State, and he commits the intentional foul.
Two shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, the amazing part for me, Kevin, is if Steph Curry had managed to have an NBA career half as good as his father's, he still would have been a major success story. But he's gone so far beyond that and become the penultimate superstar.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's money from deep.
Isaiah Thomas relishes the moments to have an opportunity with the game in the balance.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Two shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Cavaliers call time here. They're trailing by 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 17 seconds left in the fourth. And it's Love missing.
Now, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, now it's just a matter of getting to that final whistle. Those free throws should wrap this up.
From deep, Thomas. The Cavaliers again can't hit. So we see the Warriors get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Z, you guys were playing a team that really gave you a great effort, but you were able to overcome that and get the win.
Well, we expected this kind of game from them, but you know we gotta do our thing. You know what we're doing, play our game. We have to bring the energy. That's the most important thing right now.
Zaza, thanks for your time, man. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.